Right, welcome back. Last time we started on exploration, both figuratively and literally. We grabbed exploration ideas, but I haven't actually done any exploring myself. Instead, I've just been stealing the Portugal's cartography department blind. So now I know at least some of what they know about the South Atlantic and North Atlantic, Brazil, and South Africa. Eventually I'm going to start investigating even more, because obviously if they make it all the way here, they know more about this area. But that will rely on just waiting for spy network to build up. Hopefully they won't grab any of those provinces, these coastal provinces though, the trading posts, before I manage to get to Colonial Ventures, which I will get to soon. I've also almost fully upgraded my capital, so there's that too. There's some more I can do, but not for now. Well, not much for now. I could upgrade the military, build a military army here, upgrade this hall building, or perhaps build up universities here, but beyond that, nothing here. Since I've already also maxed out the fort level and the road level. So currently my interests are in developing this city, which is, well, it starts the game as the most urbanized region. As well as down here, which is a decently interesting spot, in that I can get it pretty close to zero autonomy thanks to the trade harbor. Though I will probably also focus on developing these trading post provinces, since while tiny, they also happen to have natural harbors or estuaries, so advantages in trade. Yep, this one's a natural harbor. This is just an estuary, river estuary, I think. Yep. This one doesn't have anything in it. You would expect this one to have anything. It turns out that the Gavin estuary modifier, which also is a natural harbor, has to be over here. Although I think this is actually the one that's supposed to be the Gavin River. Yeah. There's also down here one of the greatest natural harbors in Africa. It's considered a great natural harbor, so this will definitely be important for my military naval industry, since the maximum level for the military harbor requires a great variant. Well, a big natural harbor, also known as Great Natural Harbor. The Art Center is downgraded to local? Maybe that has something to do with why it's not spreading to me. No, it is now. Strange. Well, I probably shouldn't try to do too much to affect the art power of the province. At least not until this spreads to me. Then I can start focusing on getting the art power of the art center upgraded again. I want to get some stronger buffs again. The travels will be gone relatively soon. Say about 14 years? Yeah. 13, 14 years. If that percentage of tribal gravity, settlement gravity is maintained. Which need not be the case. Let's see here. I have to admit, Naval Supplies would actually be great, because it would, the very high levels actually give me extra colonists. Paper could be really good because of reduced idea costs and advisor costs. Luxury cloth gives reduced diplotech costs and increased provincial trade power. Leather gives production efficiency and reduces regiment costs. Jewelry gives legitimacy and national tax modifier, as well as inflation reduction. Steel is something I've done previously. You know, I think I might actually do luxury cloth. No, jewelry. So, jewelry is for a metalworks, right? Yes. So I have to admit that inflation cost reduction seems like a really good idea. Plus the extra national tax modifier is quite nice. Oh, finally, Colonial Ventures. The New World is full of important... well, the New World is many things, but most important of all, it is empty. Well, mostly empty. By letting people know of the boundless opportunities in the New World, we can encourage them to move overseas and expand our domain. This gets me 2 colonists and plus 2.5% settler genes. Native trading is actually useless because native assimilation does nothing. Native repression for plus 5 global settler increase. So a settler here and a settler here. Those two are directly adjacent to my territory and it would be in my own interest to make sure they stay in. Well, they end up under my control. Governor allows missionaries into Kongo. One of our provincial governors is reporting the presence of foreigners in his land. These black-robed men belong to the Christian faith and have come from distant lands seeking to convert our people. They have adopted Congolese dress and customs and are not making a nuisance of themselves, and in fact have impressed our governor enough that he is recommending the king meet with them personally. Okay, that's something I haven't noticed yet. Portugal's Protestant. Some of them know the Congo. Black robes visit Songo. Although European ships arriving in distant ports made news in their homelands, these first bedraggled ships rarely made an impact on the countries they visited. Instead, it was often the black-robed Jesuit monks who became the ambassadors of the West. Believing that other faiths might also reflect God's purpose, these monks made an effort to learn local languages and adopt local dress and customs. They made a special effort to convert the Queen Regent, pointing out both their skill with mathematics, astronomy, but also the advantages of opening relations with their homelands. Alana remained in Songo. Oh, yes, I can finally upgrade to a better form of cavalry. The Black Robes spent years integrating themselves into Congolese society. They lived among them, adopting the dress and customs of the local elites. They spent years learning the local languages, even going so far as to publish dictionaries in these tongues. They also showed off their learning and offered free schooling to the children of elites in the hopes of gaining powerful converts. Despite these tactics, their efforts bore few fruits. One of the reasons for this was their limited numbers. It took 2 years to train a missionary, and a third of the volunteers died on the ocean voyage to Congo. However, their methods did bring converts to their strange ways. Let them continue. Early Catholic missionaries to Congo were predominantly from the Jesuit order. The so-called Black Robes made a great effort to blend in with local customs, respect cultural and religious practices, learn a language, and model themselves after the local elites. Later missionaries belonging to the rival Dominican and Franciscan orders of monks. They resented Jesuit influence, considered their methods to be heretical, and their upper-class targets to be against the example of Christ. They reacted by aggressively proselytizing among the lower classes and actively opposing local customs, attacking temples and making outrageous demands. Their actions were met with a mixture of shock and anger. Soon, outraged locals were beating and killing Christians in response, and blood ran down the streets. Step in to protect the Christians. I've got more than enough stability anyway. In fact, yeah, I can still interact with the burgers, and my corruption's still increasing. Yeah, but a decent amount, so I can just go ahead. Oh, I've got my stab back. So, oh, I don't have another relation. Let's have more relations. I just can't arrange for tribal marriage at the moment. Oh well. Tribals are decently loyal anyway. Although maybe they dislike their constantly weakening power. Right then. Technology has improved somewhat. I also ended up building an art corporation. Banking is currently spreading again. Yes. I've also decided to go in the direction of jewelry, because it gives increased tax modifier, more legitimacy, which will help stabilize my regime, and also lowers yearly inflation increase, which is going to be incredibly helpful in dealing with inflation. I've also been doing some minor buildup of Katambo and also Mipango, both in the interest of increased economic benefits and also slightly better autonomy, at least in the case of Mipango. Katambo, not so much. Autonomy is already great, and it's going to get even better as centralization improves, along with communication techniques. I've also went ahead and gotten as far in exploration ideas as I plan to go to for the moment. Increase them so I can get more colonists and global settler increase. So I've started colonizing the two provinces that are definitely integral to my territorial composition and would rather not anyone take. Later on, I'll go ahead and start moving south, as well as also taking mixed north and south. While eventually getting into South Africa in order to take advantage of the node there. Or at least greater advantage than I already do. So yeah. That's it for now. I'll see you again next time. Until then.